So, in reading Ray Kurzweil, we were all very skeptical about whether his argument would ever hold water. But it turns out, I don't know whether he knew it or not, but he turned out being right. Why? Because we have an algorithm in backpropagation with neural networks and data which scale tremendously well with just larger and larger amounts of compute. So what is the lesson there? The lesson there is that sometimes fortuitous things happen. And sometimes you are surprised by how different threads in technology reinforce each other. And one observation that I have now is that there are more exponential concurrent threads in technology all unraveling towards the future at the same time than ever before. And so the interaction of these threads, just like what happened here, can represent surprises on a constant basis. And they will represent surprises on a constant basis. I'm giving you the other side of the pessimism. And I'm grounding it in what actually happened as opposed to what somebody thought. Now, right next to this, so one of the things, of course, with Moore's law and exponential technology growth is, but it'll stop, right? Quantum effects, quantum contact with a product, build a capability, deliver it to a customer, and solve a real problem in the real world. And if you think about what artificial intelligence is driving at that level, the shift is absolutely mind-blowing. So let's move to the next slide. This is just the last 3 or 4 days. So Microsoft's basically cutting out middle managers because it turns out that middle managers aren't really a very good thing. Elon's been on this for a long time. Sam Altman's talking about a single person company that will achieve $1 billion valuation. So how will this happen? It'll happen with AI. What was the previous company that kind of did this with Instagram, with social? You had about 14, 16 people that achieved $1 billion valuation, but now they're trying to do a one-person company, and I think it's totally doable. All the new companies that I'm doing are AI first in ways that I never thought my companies would.
Do you see any of the policy initiatives that are coming out right now to impede some of the progress you were seeing in the AI space from DoD, from the Department of Defense, emerging? And then one other thing that's been talked about a lot, so the second part of the question, is the ability of Tesla being able to do the kinds of things that humanoids, being able to create, produce humanoids at scale. Do you believe they have an advantage over other companies?
On the Audible books, all the books that I have out now do have Audible versions. And when we come out with, Hachette is coming out with my next book, it will have an Audible book there as well, and thank you for your interest in that. Your second question, let me take the last one first, on Tesla. So, do I think that Tesla has the ability to do a humanoid robot? Yeah, it depends on what the humanoid robot is supposed to do. Now, some of the things that personally I find very confusing in that whole area is the first mission that these robots are being sent on apparently is being packaged off in some rocket and being shipped to Mars as exploratory robots on Mars. Now, if you were a rational scientist and you looked at that and you said, is that the best form factor for exploring Mars, a humanoid robot? Probably not, right? The rovers are pretty stable, they can stand there in one place, they have larger room for solar panels, more room for instruments. But part of that is kind of like marketing and so on.